Hello. Thanks for logging in on today's regs lesson with me. Today's lesson number is 365, and we have 5 spelling words today. Let's recall that our last spelling lesson, we had a word with a prefix that described something that happened twice a year. Today, our first word is going to start with a prefix. That means 3. I urge you to think of maybe a side with 3 shapes. A shape with 3 sides, I mean. And then this object is a noun and it has wheels. Do you have any guesses on what your first word might be? Today's first spelling word is tricycle. Please say that with me. Tricycle. How many syllables does your word have? Tricycle. Your first syllable is try, I. Your next syllable is si, first sound s, but for this we are going to use ya, I, e. Your last syllable is kul, k, ol. Great, we're all done spelling our words. We have all of our sounds, we're done. If you shook your head and said, no, Miss Grace, pat yourself on the back because you know very well that for every syllable must have a written vowel. All right, once you finish up your word, get ready to teach me how to spell it this time. What is our first syllable? Try, first sound, t, r, I. Next syllable is si, first sound s, I. Which phonogram did we use for that I again? If you said ya, I, e, nice job. And your last syllable is kol, k, ol. For every syllable must have a written vowel. Great job! Go ahead and take out a coloring utensil when you're ready so that we can mark our word. T, r, I. We underline vowels that say their name at the end of a syllable. S, I, k, ol. For every syllable must have a written vowel. Great job! Your next word today, it's 2 syllables. It has French origin. It means something that is old. It might have belonged to an earlier period. It's often really valuable. If I didn't tell you, it's an adjective. Do you have any guesses? Your word is antique. And your word antique has an advanced phonogram in it that we haven't seen yet. So I'm going to write it for you first, since I can't take a break and write on the whiteboard like I normally do. Today's advanced phonogram is QU, and it makes the sound K. Oh, we have had this before, like bouquet, right? Bouquet. All right, so let's move on. How many syllables does your word antique have? Antique. It has 2 syllables. Your first syllable is an, and your next syllable is teak, t, we use phonogram I, e, k, French k, advanced phonogram k. And please add a silent final E. All right, let's spell our word. First syllable is an, Next syllable is teak, t. E, phonogram again, is I, e. Next is k, French k. And I asked you to add a what? A silent final E. Nice job. Antique. Please double check your word and take out a coloring utensil when you're ready. E. Which sound is this saying? I, e, third sound. K, we underline 2 or more letters working together to make one sound. Which sound? Second sound, right? Because it's not saying kwa, it's saying k. We could mark this 2 ways. We know that it's silent and final. English words don't end in U, correct? So we might need to add a silent final E. So we could use V or U job 2. However, since it's not an English word or doesn't have English roots, you could also mark it as an odd job 5. Up to you. Up to you there. I will tell you that your homework, however, is marked as a 5. All right. Please double check your word and your spellings and your markings. Okay, your next word is another noun. It is a thing noun. Julius Caesar actually created this. It was one of the gifts of the Romans. I have one in my classroom that was gifted to me by a student, and it has a lot of cows on it. It has the days of the week and the months. Yeah, if you guessed it by now, your spelling word is calendar. Say that with me. Calendar. How many syllables does it have? Cal and der. 3 syllables. But boys and girls, we have a think to spell. So please listen carefully. Your think to spell is cal and dar. Say it with me. Cal and dar. Your first syllable is cal. K, a, o, n, e, n, der, but we think to spell dard. R, the pirate phonogram. All right, it's your turn. First syllable is cow. K, a, o, n, e, n, der, but we think to spell what? Dar, d, r. All right, let's mark it. K, a, o, e, n, d, er. We think to spell calendar, but we say calendar. We underline 2 or more letters working together to make one sound. All right, your next word today is a noun, and it's something that happens as a result of a particular action or a set of actions. Okay, so if you push your best friend in PE because they didn't pass you the ball, you will have a blank. You might have to punch your cards. You might have to have a conversation with Mr. Garpine. You might call your parents. If you guessed the word consequence, great job. Please say it with me. Consequence. And how many syllables does it have? Consequence. Your first syllable is con, k, a, n. Your next syllable is sub. We think to spell C. We use z, e. And your last syllable is quince. First sound qu, e, n, s. Please add a silent final E. All right. First syllable is con, k, a, n. Next syllable is sub, but we think to spell C, s, e. And your last syllable is quince, qu, e, n, s. All done. What does our word say? Consequent. That's not right. So we needed to add our silent final E here. Double check to make sure that you spelled your word correctly. When you're ready to move on, go ahead and get out a red pen, pencil, coloring utensil, any color really. K, a, n, s, We think to spell consequence, but we say consequence. We underline vowels that say their name at the end of a syllable. Qu. We underline 2 or more letters working together to make one sound. E, n, s. We underline the C. We underline the G. We double underline silent final E. Job 3. Excellent job. We only have one more word today. Now, this word is a noun. You may or may not have heard it before, but the definition is a state in which you are extremely tired or you're really weary. Your word is fatigue. Please say that with me. Fatigue. Fatigue. Great. How many syllables does it have? Fatigue. Now we have a thing to spell. Your thing to spell is fatigue. Fatigue. And we have another advanced phonogram today. I'm going to write it first, and I don't think we've had this one before. It's G, U. And this phonogram, we call it French G. Okay, so our word fatigue, right? French G. So without any further ado, let me spell it for you. Your first syllable is fa, but we think to spell fay. A. Your next syllable is teague. First sound t. E, phonogram I-E. G, French G. And please add a silent final E. Okay. Your turn, everyone. First syllable is fa, but we think to spell fay. A. Next syllable is teague. T. E. Which phonogram do we use for E? I-E. Very good. G, French G. And I asked you to add a silent final E. Great job. Okay, let's mark it. We think to spell fatigue, but we say fatigue. We underline. Vowels that say their name at the end of a syllable. T, E. This is saying its third sound. I-E. G. We underline 2 or more letters working together to make one sound. Odd job 5. Awesome. Thank you everyone for watching this video today. I hope that you learned a new word.